Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhaktivinoda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. जय राधा गोकुलानंद, राधा गोकुलानंद राधे। जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान, सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान। जय गौरानिताय, 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 श्री श्री गौरानिताय। जय प्रभुपादा, 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 शिल प्रभुपादा। शिल प्रभुपाद की जय। Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to Bhaktivedanta Manor. So today evening we will be reading from Bhagavad Gita. So yeah, Bhagavad Gita, the king of all knowledge, the most confidential knowledge. This is the fourth chapter entitled Transcendental Knowledge, and we will be reading the verse number 22. Those who have Bhagavad Gita, they can open this verse 4.22. Those who don't have, they can buy it from the here, or you can download it in your mobile like that. It's a good thing to have on your mobile. We have so many other apps, we can have this also. Okay. So we'll begin by offering respects to the spiritual master. Om Ajnanam Timirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. This is the fourth chapter named Transcendental Knowledge. So how many chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita? Any guess? 4 options. 5. Option number 1, 5. Option number 2, 18. Option number 3. Oh, 18. Okay. Okay, thank you. Yeah, so 18 chapters are there in Bhagavad Gita. And we are on the 4th chapter today. And this is the verse number 22. So the verse goes like this. This is Sanskrit. Yadricha labha santushto dvandatito vimatsara samasiddhas asiddho kritvapi na nibaddhate. So how many of you have Sanskrit background? Nobody has somebody some Sanskrit background. Anyways, so this is the other benefit of the reading Bhagavad Gita is that you get to know a little bit of Sanskrit. So which may be helpful for you. So it's like Yadricha labha santushto dvanda avatito vimatsara samasiddha asiddho cha kritvapi na nibaddhate. You, would you like to repeat? Try? Yeah. Yeah, great. You did it. Yeah. So it's a simple like anybody can learn Sanskrit, especially while reading Bhagavad Gita. So the word to word, m- like like for every Sanskrit word, there is an English equivalent. So Yadricha stands for out of its own accord. Labh, with gain. Santushta, satisfied. Dvandva, duality. Atita, surpassed. Vimatsara, free from envy. Sama, steady. Siddhau, in success. Asiddhau, failure. Cha, also. Kritva, doing. Api, although. Na, never. Nibaddhate, becomes affected. So Krishna is saying to Arjun, he who is satisfied with gain, he who is satisfied with gain which comes of its own accord, who is free from duality and does not envy, who is steady in both success and failure, is never entangled all the performing actions. So Krishna was asking Arjun to fight, and Arjun was escaping the fight. And so Krishna is now teaching Arjun how he can perform action without becoming entangled. So this is the symptom of a person who is in full transcendental knowledge, and when one does action in this way, so one is never entangled. Because Arjun's premise was that, okay, if I will fight, then I will become entangled. In the sense, because there will be good work. If we do good work, then there is a good result. If we do bad work, there is a bad result. And if there is a mixed work, then mixed result. So anyways, I will be entangled. So that was the fear of Arjun. So Krishna is saying that how, while performing actions, one cannot be entangled. So what is the qualification? He who is satisfied with gain, which comes of its own accord. Like whatever gain comes to the action, which gains comes out of its own accord. I mean, one doesn't has to do much work and over endeavor, who is free from duality, with does not envy, and who is steady in both success and failure. So these are the 4 5 points which we will be discussing, and then we have a purport by Srila Prabhupada, who explains it. Okay, what does it actually means? So purport goes like that: a Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. So, what first of all, what do we mean by a Krishna conscious person? A Krishna conscious, like we can be conscious. First of all, thing is that first thing is to be conscious. Conscious to be aware, like okay, who I am, what am I supposed to do? And a Krishna conscious person whose consciousness is dovetailed with Krishna, he does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. Sounds pretty much like high, like the one who is absorbed in transcendental knowledge. But the benefit is that, like, if we discuss these verses of Bhagavad Gita, if we read these verses of Bhagavad Gita, if we discuss it, then even though it is sometimes beyond our comprehension, many things which we will be hearing in this class, which we will be discussing, we might be discussing or hearing for the first time in life. We okay, now what is this Krishna consciousness? I never knew what this word means, and so many things we will be hearing for the first time. But the benefit is that because this is a sound vibration, it acts as a medicinal doses. Just like one knows the benefit of medicine or one doesn't know the benefits of medicine. If one takes the medicine, medicine acts. Similarly, this transcendental knowledge, this is there in Bhagavad Gita, and which we are discussing here, even if one understand it completely or one doesn't understand it completely, still this sound vibration, just like we were chanting Hare Krishna, and you all were repeating so nicely. So this sound vibration has its effect. It purifies the heart, and it purifies the heart, and it attracts the attention of Supreme Lord. Krishna becomes very pleased. If one wants to attract the attention of Krishna, the best method is to hear and chant about his names and his glories. Just like we chanted Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and now we are hearing and chanting about glories of Krishna, message of Krishna. So that attracts the attention of the Supreme Lord, Radha Kukulananda. So in this world, we try to attract attention of so many people. A child may try to attract the attention of mother, father, and he may do so crazy things just to attract the attention of mother and father. A child, a boy may try to attract the attention of a girl may try to attention of a boy, employee may try to attract the attention of employer. So and a media person may try to attract attention of some politician. So there's these things going on. But if you want to attract the attention of like Krishna, so this is the way, by hearing and chanting about him. So here it is said that a Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. So some endeavor is definitely needed to maintain the body. That is obvious. Because otherwise, like how, because we eat, we have to eat. So some endeavor is needed. Okay, hands will go, we will eat. And then, of course, after eating, next comes like, okay, that transforms into energy and, and the refuse comes out. So some endeavor is required anyways to maintain body, even if one is in complete transcendental knowledge. But here it is said that he doesn't make much endeavor. So there is difference between some endeavor and much endeavor. Like one thing is known as like endeavor, prayasa, and one thing is atyadhik prayasa, over endeavor. So Krishna conscious person doesn't do over endeavor. And that is also being stated by the Prahlad Maharaj. How many of you y- are you aware of the story of Prahlad, the 5-year-old boy? Yeah. So this 5-year-old boy, he spoke to his like classmates, a very nice thing. 5-year-old boy. They were in the school, naturally, and the school when the his friends went out. Basically, their teacher went out for some work. So naturally, when the teacher is not there in the school, what happens? What happens? What did we did? What did we did when our teacher was not there in the school? It's like a free period. We do whatever we want to do. We do so much, yeah, shouting and playing. Even if teacher is there, then also we do. We sometimes students bunk the class. If the teacher is not there, then it's official. Like okay, now you do whatever you want to do. So similarly, the children were playing. They started playing, and they were having fun. But then Prahlad just got up and and asked everybody to like, okay, okay, stop playing, stop playing. Well, see, they said, why? This is our free period. Why can't we play? So then Prahlad started speaking some instructions of which he heard from the Narad Muni. And then he started telling them about the philosophy of life. And it was such a mesmerizing for the 5-year-old children to hear philosophy from another 5-year-old boy who is just like them, and who is the and especially who is the son of a king who was a determined enemy of Krishna. So Hiranyakashipu was a determined enemy. He was like I mean, he was just like pakka enemy of Krishna, Vishnu, and his son is speaking about the glories of Vishnu. So that was interesting. So Prahlad said many verses, out of which one verse is this: Tat prayasa na kartavya, ya ayur vayam shayam, na vindyate shemam mukunda charnarvinam. He says that one should not do endeavor tat prayasana kartavya. There something can be done, something should be done, and something should not be done. What should not be done is that endeavor for endeavor to obtain those things which are not very worthy, which are not very worthy. And because anyway, if we do endeavor for anything, so our age gets diminished. It takes some energy. It sucks the vitality. It takes some vitality of the body. It takes some energy of the body. That is natural. Whatever we do, just like this small girl, she just took that and what do you say, the asana, and she kept it there. So some energy is being spent. Whatever we do. So Prahlad is saying that like don't do endeavor for those things which are very easy to obtain, which are obtained, which will be obtained anyways, which anyways you will get. So why to endeavor so much for those things? So Prahlad explains, just like the one doesn't pray in the morning that oh my Lord, today I may get I may get lots of suffering. Do we pray in the morning that today I should get a lot of suffering? Today when I go to office, my boss should scold me, or he should like just he should like I mean give me warnings, or today when I go to the home, there should be quarrel between with me and my husband. Do we pray like that? We don't pray like that. We don't pray that I may get sick. We don't pray that something adversity may come to us. We don't pray. But still adversity comes, still distress comes. Does it happen or no? So when like distress comes without being called, happiness also comes without being called. That is the way of nature. That is, according to our karma, happiness and distress will come as destined to us. And especially happiness and distress, which is aimed on sense gratification, just on simple petty matters of eating, sleeping, and mating and defending, that will come anyway. That was what Prahlad Maharaj's proposal was. Prahlad, small boy's proposal. He said, your eating, sleeping, your maintenance will anyways be taken care of. Because that is the law of nature. Even the maintenance of ruffians, those who don't do anything, even the maintenance of in small insects, pigeons, like animals, all sorts of animals is being taken care of by the laws of nature. So why don't your maintenance will be taken care of? So don't do much over endeavor. Don't do over endeavor just for this thing. Because otherwise what happens? The ayu vayashayam. Because the age and vitality will be spent in that. And then what should we should really endeavor? We should endeavor to obtain attraction towards the lotus feet of Mukunda. Okay, who is Mukunda? Mukunda is one who can give you the liberation. Liberation means like one we can to be actually situated in one's constitutional position. To be actually situated in one's constitutional position. So Mukunda is one who can award you ultimate freedom. Who can award you ultimate freedom, who can award you ultimate full knowledge, and you can be always happy in Ananda. That is the name of Mukunda, one who can award this. So, what endeavor should be done? Endeavor should be done to cultivate Krishna consciousness, to be conscious and to expand our consciousness, and to connect to Krishna, the supreme power. Wherever Krishna is, there victory, opulence, everything comes. This is the last verse of Bhagavad Gita. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhana. Wherever there is Krishna, there is, and where there is a Partha Dhanurdhana, there is always like Shri, like opulence, Vijay, victory, and Aniti, wisdom, everything is there. So it's like instead of spending so much time in just like maintaining yourself, like just spend more time there, because that is for the purpose why we have got this human form of life. This human form of life has a special type of intelligence for special type of work. So this was the instruction of a small 5-year-old boy. So, like, okay, so the same thing is confirmed here. A Krishna conscious person does not make much endeavor even to maintain his body. He is satisfied with the gains which are obtained out of their own accord. The same thing. He is satisfied with the gains which are obtained out of their own accord. Out of their own accord, we will be maintained, and we will get it. So he is satisfied in that. And he neither begs nor borrows, but he labors honestly as far as in his power. And he is satisfied with whatever is obtained by his honest labor. Shri Radha Gokulanand ki, Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki. So a Krishna conscious person, one who is advanced in transcendent knowledge, he neither begs nor borrows. Why? Because he is satisfied. It was asked to Yudhishthir Maharaj, okay, what is the greatest wealth? He said the greatest wealth is satisfaction, santushti. Santushti paramam dhanam. One may have millions and billions of money in his bank account and properties, but if one is burning always with the envy that my neighbor has more than me or my relative has more than me, then what is the use of your first class air condition in which we are living? He might be in the first class in, air conditioner, in the AC and like everywhere, but the heart is burning. So if it is being said santushti paramam dhanam, like okay, of the many types of dhan, santushti is the topmost. So Krishna conscious person, because he is engaged in consciousness of Krishna, he is engaged with the pleasure of Krishna, so he is naturally santushta. And this santushti is nothing like on the level of psychology. Like many times we see on the level of psychology, we try, okay, just give it up, just give it up, you just surrender, and like that. So many times we try to do all these things on the mental level, on a psychological level, which can be helpful. But for the Krishna conscious person, all this thing is coming because he is connected to Krishna, who is supremely satisfied. So it is a more solid, it is much more solid than the simple psychological speculation like that. So it's like a very solid platform because he's engaged in consciousness of Krishna. So then naturally he doesn't begs, he neither begs nor borrows. Because if one is satisfied, then if one is satisfied with whatever comes out of his own accord, then why do one need to beg for someone? Or why do one need to borrow? So in that way, he lives a dignified life. He is a man, he is a person of dignity. He doesn't need to beg. He doesn't need to borrow. Because if somebody is not having some things, so then naturally, and he wants it, so naturally he will go for begging, borrowing, or trying to get it from some other means. But a Krishna conscious person is so solid situated in his position that he doesn't need to beg, borrow. And Prabhupada says he tries his best, he or she tries his best, and whatever is obtained from his honest endeavor, he is satisfied with that. Now, this reminded me of the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita also, because in the third chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Krishna writes something which is very much, uh, I mean, really, really important in the sense. When it is being said that, let me find the verse, it's like 3.7. In the third chapter, 7th verse, it is being said, like if a sincere person tries to control the mind by practicing karma yoga without attachment, he is far superior than one who is a make show pretender. Sometimes we want to be like okay, like let's leave everything and just like be become a sadhu, or become a so-called so-called sadhu, not true sadhu, so-called sadhu, a pretender. So there are so many pretenders who are there in who are there in India or even the Western world, like who just like adopts the this way of living as a of a saint, or like adopts a way of living of a spiritualist just to maintain his belly in the sense. So Prabhupada is writing in this way: a sincere person who follows this method is far better situated than the false pretender who adopts show bottle spiritualism to cheat the innocent public. There are many show bottle spiritualists who want to cheat the innocent public, and so they adopt the spirituality. So, but it is being said, a sincere person who follows the karma yoga process of karma yoga is far better than that. And then comes a mind blowing statement: a sincere sweeper, a sincere sweeper in the street is far better than Charlton, than the big meditator who meditates only for sake of making a living. So if there is a meditator who makes a big show just for his making, just for his living, so a sincere sweeper is far better than that. So it's in the same way. So Bhagavad Gita teaches us like how to practice our karma, at the same time linking it with the Krishna. In in the so it's like a karma yoga in Krishna consciousness. It's basically karma yoga, action in Krishna consciousness. So it is said that Krishna conscious person is like satisfied with his honest endeavor. Just like a sincere sweeper who is conscious of Krishna is satisfied. As Prabhupada gives example. So rather than so he doesn't need to beg, he doesn't need to borrow, he doesn't need to in any way become too much in the needy sense. So he continues. He is therefore independent in his livelihood. A Krishna conscious person is independent in his livelihood, and he does not accept engagement in anyone's service if it might hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. So this is all important for us also, because like when we are practicing spirituality, So we need to be careful, like we not to accept any engagement, any service in a way it might hamper his own service in Krishna consciousness. However, for the service of the Lord, he can participate in any kind of action without being disturbed by the duality of the material world. Without being disturbed by the dualities of the material world. So this world is the world of dualities, this material world. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 2:14, Matra sparshastu kaunteya shitoshna sukha agamapaino anityas tam titikshusha bharata. That in this world there is like a dualities, like there are like, and by understanding one thing you can understand the other thing. It is relative also. So it's a duality and relative. How? By understanding heat, we can understand what is cold. And whenever there is heat, there will be cold. So at other time, there will be cold also. So we can understand day when we understand night, or when we can understand night when we understand day. And when there sometime there will be day, at the and the other time it will be night also. So then there is sukha, dukha, day, night. There is like heat, cold. So in that way, there are like so many dualities in the sense like which keep on happening in this world, and this is the world of dual. And the interesting thing is that our mind also work in that way. Mind has two main function: sankalpa, vikalpa. Mind may give us the option, okay, let's go for this thing. But then after few seconds or even less than few seconds, like because mind is very active, or you can go for this thing also. Okay. No, but you should go for this thing. Actually, this thing also looks good. That your friend went for this thing, but the other friend also went for this thing also. So you can decide whether you want to go for this thing, but I will say this thing is also better. So that's how the mind works. Sankalpa, vikalpa, duality. So this is how dualities work. But a Krishna conscious person, and it's sometimes funny if we just like, but it can be funny also, it can be dangerous also. Like it can be funny in the sense like when it's like some small thing in which sankalpa vikalpa is going on, but it can be dangerous if it's in regard to the big decisions which we are making. Let's say you are making some big decision regarding your career, regarding your marriage, or regarding whom to marry, or regarding like any, or in the office something like big decisions. So then it can be like the stakes can be really high in this sankalpa vikalpa. So without being disturbed by the duality, a Krishna conscious person can participate in any kind of service for the Lord. Just like Srila Prabhupada, who is sitting here, like, and he has his rooms also upstairs. Those who are coming for the first time, just like take time to visit the room of Srila Prabhupada upstairs, who is the founder of ISKCON. Like, so you can get the keys from the reception. You can go and have the darshan of Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada went at the age of 70 to the New York, and when he was going there, many people said, Swamiji, have you become crazy? America is very cold and you are old. You are so old, America is so cold. But Prabhupada was really bold because he wanted to give this message. So America was so cold, but like Prabhupada went there. So this is the example of a perfect person who is in Krishna consciousness, and just for the service of the Lord, he can tolerate any duality. He can go on executing the mission, tolerating any duality. So on one side he is in Vrindavan, which is like very hot, and on the other side he is in Hawaii, or he is in New York, or he is in some other place, Canada, which is so cold, or so and some at other time he is at some place where it is so much raining. So just for the service of Krishna. So this is the example of Krishna conscious person. How he goes on executing his duties without being affected by the disturbed by the duality of the material world. And interestingly, the successful people of the world, they are also like that, more or less. They have their strict regime, like those who have been successful, even in the material sense, that they have to learn to tolerate the dualities. Beat anyone, like in the sense whether it be a sports person, they do so much, like they tolerate so much dualities just to like win the match. They have to tolerate it. And then in the same way, the film actor, actresses, like all these stars, they have to tolerate so much, all these dualities, just to like be successful in their career. Similarly, business tycoons. So this is the very material example, like in the sense, if one wants to be successful materially also, then one has to learn to tolerate the dualities. So the duality of material world is felt in terms of heat and cold or misery and happiness. A Krishna conscious person is above duality because he does not hesitate to act in a way for the satisfaction of Krishna. For the satisfaction of Krishna. Therefore, he is steady both in success and failure. So, for the satisfaction of Krishna, a devotee, a Krishna conscious person can go to any limits. There is a great saint named as Madhavendra Puri. So he was at his old age, and he was there in Govardhan. Govardhan is a place in India near Vrindavan. So at there, and he somehow like a Gopala, deities of Gopal came in his dream, and he said that okay, like I am being here in the Govardhan in a particular place, you take me out, and then you build a temple for me. So the Lord is himself coming in a dream of a devotee telling him that you come to take me out and build a temple for me. Then this Madhavendra Puri went with the villagers, and then near a place in Govardhan known as like Jatipura and Aniur, he found that there is actually a deity there, and then he took out that deity and then installed the deity. And then there was a big festival there in Govardhan. All the villagers and surrounding villagers came to for this deities. The same deities are now in the Nathdwara, like in the and they are known as Gopal Rai, Gopal Ji. So this Gopal Ji, like all this, like uh, Srinath Ji, this all this Abhishek was being done, and lots of things were done, and then oh, so it was lots of service being done. Then again, this Gopalji came in the dream of the Madhavendra Puri. He said that I am feeling very hot because I was there buried in the for so long. So what you can do is you can go to the Jagannath Puri. You can go hundreds of miles away and bring some chandan for me. Now this was for just for the pleasure of Hare Krishna, please. So just for the pleasure of like Gopal, this Madhavendra Puri at such an advanced age went all the way walking to Jagannath Puri to get some chandan, to get some sandalwood, so that it can be like made into the paste and offered to the Gopal. This is another example that how Krishna conscious person, just for the service of the Lord, can go to any limits, tolerating all sorts of dualities, all sorts of difficulty. And so that's another example. Like how like it happens. Like when one becomes advanced in consciousness. Therefore, Krishna conscious person is steady both in success and failure. These signs are visible when one is fully in transcendental knowledge. So when one is fully in transcendental knowledge, then one is steady in both success and failure. Now, first of all, this concept sounds like a very challenging concept to us. How one can be steady in both success and failure. I mean, for me at least, it was very challenging. Okay, I can be steady when there's success, but what to do when it's a failure? Nobody calls to be Lord. Nobody wants to be called as a failure. Let's say if somebody says you are failure, so how does it feel? Or you are loser, you loser. Like how does it feel? I mean, it's just like a piercing words to the ear and heart, isn't it? Or you are unworthy, you are good for nothing. So nobody wants to feel that way. But a Krishna conscious person, because he is engaged in consciousness of Krishna, and so his definition of success and failure is much different from the normal definition of success and failure. Even in the normal world, the definition of success and failure varies in a in 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 varies actually. Okay, what is the success of a mother? Let's discuss. What can be the success? What is success of mother? Who can be called a successful mother? Who can be called successful mother? Huh? Yeah. Mother is successful, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Have many children can raise. Okay, so this can be success of a mother. Any other opinions? Mothers here. Okay. Okay, what can be the success of a businessman? Huh? Profit, yeah. Naturally profit. Like वो धंधा क्या जिसमें profit ना हो. Those who are Gujaratis, they can understand Gujaratis, Marwadis. So so मौजा like मजा तभी आएगा जब like धंधा में वो जो है profit होएगा, मुनाफा होएगा. So, like in like any profession, in any business, if there's no profit, then it is not successful. What is success of a student? Good marks, clear it. Okay. What is success of a writer? Yeah, yeah. Is when his books is published and it's like appreciated. It is sold in the market, and uh, like what is the success of somebody who is distributing books, who is distributing who is into the numbers. Like some people are really into the numbers. Tell any profession who is in numbers. Yeah, salesman. Yeah. So success of a salesman, the satisfaction which a salesman feel by the selling of his books may be different from the satisfaction which a creative author or somebody like interior decorator may have. Interior decorator may be satisfied, like they may go on months and years just like doing something like creativity, like for making one painting they spend months and months. And somebody who's in numbers, oh, they waste so much time. For him it will be like, okay, do it quickly, I have to sell it like that. So once there was like a meeting going on, in the sense it was a meeting of like okay, construction of a place. So then there was people were saying, oh, it's taking so much long, so long, so long. Then the project manager said that, see, it is taking long because the designs are not finalized. And as a thumb rule, he said, he was very intelligent. As a thumb rule, I never pressurize any artist to do things quickly, because artists takes their own time. And if you want to bind them into that okay efficiency of time, then it will never come up. Then their art won't come up. So same way, and somebody else would be like, okay, or in less time we should achieve more. But for the artist, it is like it takes whatever it takes. Okay, what is the success of a healer? Yeah, yeah. It takes that healing takes as much time as it is needed. Don't. So in that way, in this world also, there's so many difference in the definition of success. Oftentimes we are being bombarded by this stereotyped idea. Okay, who is successful? Who has more money? Who is having a good job? Who is having a good partner? And who is so these are like stereotype ideas with which we are bombarded. But if we actually go see deeply, everybody can have his own success definition depending upon what they value in life. What you value in life will define your success definition. And as a it is of course advisable that we should live our own life. Should we live our own life, or should we give other people okay the chance to live my life? Huh? We want to live our own life. The script of our life should be written by us, or should be written by somebody else who is like promoting his product on the TV, or somebody who is in the advertising energy, or whoever advertising industry or like that. So script of our life will be written by us in the same way. So we can have our own definition of success. Now here it is said that a Krishna conscious person is steady both in success and failure. So what he takes so a Krishna conscious person has the definition of success which is different from the definition of success which ordinary people have. So this is the one way to understand. Another way to understand is that determination also can be in different ways. There are, as we know, there are three modes of material nature: goodness, passion, and ignorance. So, determination can also be in the three ways: in the ignorance, in passion, and in goodness. So, determination of a Krishna conscious person is in goodness, or rather, we can say above goodness in the Shuddha Sattva, in the transcendental stage. So, therefore, that determination is steady even in success and failure. Determination of somebody who's in passion is that, okay, if there is no result, then they will give it up. And determination of somebody who is in ignorance, they are always daydreaming and they will keep on dreaming. They will keep on dreaming. So these are the people who are in the ignorance. They will keep on dreaming that someday they will get their lottery win, or someday, like maybe my father, when he will pass away after 10 years, so then he will give me some property. Until the time 10 years I am sleeping, dreaming that he passes away quickly. Or so something, somebody may dream like, okay, something will come out of his own accord, like in the sense. So this is like a dreaming sort of determination. And passionate is that one tries very hard, and if it doesn't get the result, then one gives it up. But the Krishna conscious person has a determination in goodness, or better than in transcendental goodness. Therefore, he is steady in both success and failure. So this ends the purport. So we discuss this purport line by line, and what are the symptoms of Krishna conscious person. If somebody has if any question is there, comment is there, any discussion is there, we can have. We have still 5 minutes. Yeah. Someone is on the phone asking. You want to speak something? So if there is any question, any comment, this is the microphone you can take and you can speak whatever you want to speak. It's your now. Okay. Yeah, please. Otherwise it's not fair. Not that I am speaking for 50 minutes. You should also speak something on microphone. This is the microphone. First time I spoke on microphone was when I came to ISKCON. Before that, I never spoke on microphone. So you can also have that like, what do you say, taste of speaking on the microphone. Like, okay, yes.
So I have a comment about duality, material duality, and how it's the duality is an illusion, and you see duality because your senses are honed to see it, where it's not actually there. And you can do this with a very simple experiment. If you take 3 bowls of water, you have 1 bowl full of hot water, 1 bowl full of medium warm water, and 1 bowl full of cold water. And this works great in a school classroom. You get the children to line up behind the hot and cold water. You tell them, each one, you put your hands in the hot water and you hold it there for a couple of minutes. And you put your hands in the cold water and you hold it there for a couple of minutes. And then you tell them to take their hands out and put it in the medium water. And the ones who had their hands in the hot water, the medium water will feel cold. And the ones who had their hands in the cold water, the medium water will feel hot. So hot and cold doesn't actually exist. It's only a perception. And you can also do this with happiness as well. We are all very fortunate. We have wonderful prasad to eat every day, and we are very happy with this. But if we were starving on the streets and had no food to eat, we would be very happy with a dry biscuit because we were starving. But if they started serving dry biscuits for prasad, there would be an uproar, and we'd be very unhappy about it. But it's the same material thing, but it's how you're looking at it as to whether it's good or bad, or one duality or the other. And even duality doesn't exist. It's polarity. If you imagine a very simple circuit with a battery and a light bulb, and a complete circuit, and you have a positive end and you have a negative end, it's not really positive or negative. It's positive or negative in respect to how you look at it. So if it's going around this way and you stand here, this side looks positive. But if you stand here, it looks negative because the electrons are flowing that way. And yeah.
Yeah, quite interesting. Thank you for that.
It's quite complicated, but yeah.
So, anyone else? Anything? Okay. So we will be having the Gaur Arti now. Gaur Arti is like the evening Arti, which we have here on the board. So Darshan will get open in few minutes, 2 minutes from now. So we can assemble for the evening Aarti. Hare Krishna. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you for joining us. We have this evening Bhagavad Gita discussions every day. So it's from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. like that. So you can plan your day also like whenever you want to come, whenever you want to come to the manor, Bhaktivedanta Manor, and in that way. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Harry, would you like to sing?
Singing, I think, 4 days a week. You have been singing actually 4 days a week. So you need more. So you need more if you want us to take.
It's okay, I don't mind, but it's not for everybody to have a chance. Please just stand up to the party time? Yeah. Are you actually going to play? I'm thinking, yeah. Well, I might still have. Okay, shall I start? 59, okay? I'm good. Ready? Jaya Goranitai, 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 Jaya Goranitai. Goranitai, Jaya Goranitai. Shri Shri Radha Gokulananda ki, Shri Shri Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki, Shri Shri Gauranitai ki. Hare Krishna everybody. The words are just up there at the top, so please do follow and join in. Jaya Jaya Gaurachade Arati ka shobha Janavitavani Dakhinelita Archa Bhamegadara Dakhinelita Archa Bhamegadara Nikataya Dvaita Shri Pasachhatradhara Radha Simhasani Radha Simhasani Arati Korena Brahma Adi Devadare Narari Adi Kori Chandana Dulaya Sanjaya Mukunda Vasu Gosharidaya Sakha Bhaje Data Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Sakha Bhaje Data Bhaje Bhaje Karatala Madhura Vidanga Bhaje Paramarasala Madhura Vidanga Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ganga Bhaje Madhur Madhur Madhura Bhaje Shankha Bhaje Ganga Bhaje Madhur Madhur Madhura Bhaje Madhura 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 Bhaje Madhura 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 Bhaje Nitai Gaura Hari Bo Hari Bo Hari Bo Nitai Gaura Gala de